Namaskar, good morning, Ram Ram. Welcome to your own channel AC Astro, and this is a most awaited video of the year. And I cannot claim that we are the first to uploading this video, but I can claim that we are the best to do this because we go transit by transit, month by month, so detailed. So let's not waste the time and welcome Akash ji from Calgary, Canada. Namaskar, Ram Ram, Akash ji.
Namaskar, Ruiji, Ram Ram. Thank you so much for everyone for joining this. So we're going to understand that how 2026 is scheduled for everyone in this world. As we know, 2025 was the year of Mars, but 2026 is going to be year of Sun according to the numerology system. But yes, this is a year of lot of new beginnings, lot of new things, and especially whenever Sun's period is happening, and this is a period mostly of new adventure that we can see for everyone. Luigi, for Aries, we will start with 2026 predictions that how the planets are moving for all the Aries ascendant people, where it is moving, and what is going to bring for them. But for that, those who are eagerly waiting to see that how their chart unfolds in a very personal way, for them, yearly horoscope is now available. You can book in the WhatsApp link below. All the best. Or you can email on acastrochannel@gmail.com, or also the website. We have put a section about yearly horoscope readings. Thank you. For January, Rohitji, the beginning of the year starts on 13th of January with a transit of Venus Shukradev entering into Capricorn, the second house lord going into the 10th house, and the seventh house lord going in the 10th house. This is a very powerful position of Venus, especially in Kendra. Kendra lord in the Kendra is Raja Yoga, and here it can create some very great opportunities for your work. Those who have been looking for a work for a very long time, those who are expecting some kind of income increase in their work, they will see very positive and very nice, very nice milestones to be achieved in the career area. Those who are expecting anything to do with business, they will also see very positive. Now, Venus is not only about career, it's also about the love life. Here, you may expect some very great news from your in-laws also, because this is fourth from the seventh house. Somewhere, your in-laws may be very much associated with you, and they may give you some very great news during this time. So the first transit of the year on 13th of January is a very, very positive transit. Venus transit in the Kendra, in the house of a benefic. So great. Later, a big event happens on 14th of January, which is called the Makar Sankranti. Whenever Sun enters into the sign of Capricorn, it is called Makar Sankranti. It's a very big event in the Southeast Asia. So many events, so many festivals happen during this time, and this is all and all related to Surya and Saturn. Now, because the fifth house lord has gone to the 10th house, there is a possibility of getting some very great news related to children also. Your karma related to children, those who are trying to conceive, may also conceive during this period. Those who are trying to get for higher education so that they can enhance their career life, that also is going to happen. Those who are thinking of getting into more of creative as well as very, very powerful a position in their workplace, they will also be able to achieve this. So it's a very beautiful period. But because Sun is very close to an eclipse is next month, beginning of next month, here some tension related to your social circle or what other people may say may arise during this time. But this is exactly the eclipse. Before eclipse, a month before eclipse, you start feeling a little bit heaviness in the area related to your career. But what is happening, the big event is happening, and Lagna Lord, that means the ascendant Lord, that is Mars, it's getting exalted in the sign of your Capricorn. So very powerful career recognition, very powerful career achievements. 16th of January. So see, if you see 13th to 17th of January is all the transits in the month of January 2026. So a lot of beautiful things are happening related to your career in a very, very powerful way, especially with Lagna Lord coming into the 10th house, getting exalted. This is such a beautiful time that I can't even express myself how amazing. Those who are going through Mars Mahadasha, Mars Antardasha, they will see such great benefits in their life. Great time to change a job, great time to find a job, great time to get recognition in your job. Those who are in business, their business suddenly expand. And see, Mars and Surya together, this means another positive, very powerful yoga to get favors from the government. So all the best for that. Later, Mercury, that is the planet of your speech and the planet of your daily work and routine, again goes into the 10th house. There's a stellium here, four planets together in the 10th house. This is a very powerful placement because there is something great that you can achieve in your career, especially some great those who are in sales, marketing, medical. What a beautiful time for them. Those who are in service industry related to finance, what a great time for them. Mars and Mercury are both related to fintech, finance technology. There also you will do very great. So overall, it's a very, very beautiful period. Just look at this. The Lord of the fifth house in the ninth house, the Lord of the Lagna in the 10th house, sorry, the Lord of the fifth house in the 10th house, Lord of the Lagna in the 10th house, Lord of the seventh house in the 10th house. So if you see Kendra Lords, Lagna Lord, as well as what do you say, the seventh house Lord, both are in the 10th house. So such a powerful yoga in the 2026 of January that it will give you lot of benefits. One problem, because Mars is looking with a debilitated aspect on the fourth house, and all the ways are looking at the fourth house. Here we have to be very careful about property transactions. Otherwise, we can get into some kind of mess. If you are trying to shift a property, buy a property, move into a new one, then this is where we need to be more vigilant, more careful. Okay, January is a wonderful, amazing month for Aries ascendant people. Let's move on to February. Now, when we talk about February, I will tell you that those who are thinking about how their life will be according to their personal horoscope, personal Mahadashantar Dasha, Sari Sati, no Sari Sati, Pratyantar Dasha, Sukshma Dasha, Prana Dasha, Mahadashantar Dasha, will be able to go into the depth of your charts. You can talk to Samantha, 2026 yearly horoscope. You can book online as well. Thank you. Of February, Mercury is entering into Aquarius. That is the first event that happens on 3rd of February. When Mercury enters into this sign, it is the Lord of the third house going into the 11th house, exactly ninth from itself. Those who are in any field related to communication, administration, social media, marketing, such a beautiful time for them. Mercury and Rahu together can bring very great prospects when it is coming to your speculative gains, something that has to do with your share and stock market. You will see a major rise in these areas. In the social circles, your in the social standing, your your personality will be too amazing, too strong. That is what we see. And here, Mercury is also receiving a direct ninth aspect of Jupiter, which also makes it more and wonderful, powerful here. Such a great time for communication, such a great time to stand out in a crowd. What a beautiful February 2026 beginning. Later, Venus will enter into Aquarius. Now here, Rahu and Venus and Mercury are together. Now we want to understand this combination of three planets coming together, especially Rahu and Venus. So Rahu is a malefic planet, but when it comes to Venus and Mercury, Rahu becomes extremely positive because it is a very, very kind and big friend of these planets. Now here, when Rahu comes close conjunction with Venus, especially the second house lord and second house lord in the 11th house, some really big gains. Big gains means out of your expectation gains are seen during the month of February 6th till 13th of 2026, because this is where Venus and Rahu makes a very big difference in your life. Little bit of challenges can come to your elder siblings because see, it's a Maraka as well. Seventh house lord in the 11th house. So here, little bit of challenges can come to your siblings, elder siblings, but otherwise for you, it is such a beautiful time to stand out, shine in your social circle, and really receive some gains, either in the name of your fame, name, and recognition, or either in the name of real, absolute, hard cash money. This is what we are talking about. Such a beautiful time. Now, Sun enters into Aquarius from 13th of February. Those who are going to Sun Mahadashantar Dasha, they will see that the eclipse energy has started, and February 17th is when the solar eclipse happens, the annual solar eclipse, which is going to be visible around South in Africa, South in South America, Pacific, Atlantic, Indian Ocean, Antarctica, all these places where the eclipse, solar eclipse energy is happening. Now, this solar eclipse is not a very small, so it's happening in the 11th house for you. Again, related to your social circle. Sometimes when we achieve a lot of success, people get jealous. And this is what happens here. When sun comes here, the Lord of the fifth house coming exactly opposite to itself, the 11th house, we want to be very careful in speculative ventures during this time. We don't want to invest into big money. If we get money, we should save it right now. We should not invest it. That is what my suggestion will be. But on the overall level, even in eclipse, sun is in a very powerful placement, very powerful. Seventh, fifth house lord, seventh from itself, lot of gains through partnership. Sometimes those people who are in your friend circle may suddenly come out to be very, very vicious, very, very manipulative. You will find during this time. So, such a beautiful placement of sun. Later, Mars, the eclipse energy continues because the lunar eclipse is supposed to happen, but Mars will enter into Aquarius as well. Now, this is five planets. Whenever five planets occupy a house, it's called in the Vedic, in the Sanskrit term, it is called Panchayat Yoga. This is the time that lot of things may happen in the area related to your social circles, your gains, your hopes, your aspirations, your will, and this is the time that you need to uh, administer, or you need to focus on your goal setting, that what are the goals that I want to achieve during this year, what are the goals that I realistically will be achieving during this year. This is what exactly this period really matters and really will come towards you. Mars being the Lagna Lord coming into the 11th house, there is going to be monetary benefit that we will see. So that is a beautiful news in the February. Money wise, there is no problem this year. You are sorted money wise, but the problem is related to your social circle. You may be angry sometimes, challenging your friends, your peers, your colleagues. That okay, come here, come in the open pit. We will let's fight, that kind of thing. So we want to avoid that. Mercury now gets retrograde into Aquarius again in the social area of your life. We want to be very careful about what we speak, how we portray ourselves outside. This is what exactly matters during this period. But overall, a very, very auspicious month of February. The eclipse can create some challenges for those who are going through Sun Mahadasha, Moon Mahadasha, but and especially related to children. Lord, see, everyone is aspecting your fifth house related to your children. So here we may face education. Children may become very heavy during this time, and especially Mars is the month. I think many people, Feb is the month when many people join new work, and Mars new education, and Mars is the month where people give exams in the Southeast Asia. So it may be a little bit of more overwhelming during this year. All the best, guys. And March is here, and 2026 yearly horoscope. If you want to book, you can book online, or you can WhatsApp in the link description below, and we will be able to help you with your beautiful predictions tailored to your chart. March 2026, the beginning of the March, 2nd of March, Venus is heading into Pisces, but that is the time, 2nd and 3rd of March, is where the eclipse is going to be happening. So Venus becomes exalted, but the eclipse take place. And this is a lunar eclipse, a total lunar eclipse is happening in the beginning of the year, next year, March 2026. This lunar eclipse is specially happening in the sign related to your, Aquarius in the 11th house. But it also, see, moon will be in the sign of Leo. But here what happens in this such cases, this lunar eclipse will be overwhelming for you. The reason is that your inner peace, happiness, especially related to your social circles, and what is happening in the last month can carry forward, and it can create a lot of trouble for you. Now, one more thing very important here. Since moon is in the sign of Leo, and the time of lunar eclipse happen here, this is the time that we have to be very extremely careful related to our children. Those who have children, those who are in trying for children, those who are pregnant women, by when we are coming close to this time, we'll be making a video about it, that how we want to have precautions here, but we have to be extremely precautious during this time. Now, this eclipse is seen Eastern Europe, Asia, Australia, North America, everywhere in Northern, South America, Pacific, Atlantic, Indian Ocean, Arctic, Antarctica. So it's going to be almost all over the North America side. So you want to be very, very extremely careful about this time. Venus enters into Pisces here on 2nd of March. This is a time Venus becomes exalted in your 12th house. Those who have a dream of going to foreign country, long distance travel, this is a time that it may manifest. If you're going through Venus Mahadashantardasha, then this is going to be more positive for you. Spiritual retreats, we can talk about foreign travel, we can talk about subconscious, out of body experiences, subconscious mind being very active, you being very intuitive during this time. These are the things that we will be expecting during this transit of Venus. Later, Jupiter turns direct into Gemini. So Jupiter was retrograde. Now it finally turns direct and is moving in an atichari. That means a very powerful motion towards the sign of its exaltation, Cancer. So very powerful placement of Jupiter. All your communication related things, all your contract related things, all your related things related to government, involvement is going to solve for you, and you are going to be moving with very, very much power during this time. Short distance travel in the month of March is going to be very great for you, and you're going to achieve something very extraordinary. Your education, your marriage, your things related to your foreign country is going to be super because of the aspects of Jupiter. So, all the best. Sun enters into Pisces. Now, here the fifth house lord has gone to the 12th house. Many people may be or must have traveled to a foreign country for education, for a long distance. Isolation is seen here. This isolation is a very long, very, very brief, very small time. Sun is in Pisces only for a very little while here. But now Sun and Saturn are together. Rift with your parents, especially with your father, can be seen here. I know Venus is here and it's trying to protect you, but still we will see some kind of losses related to fatherhood. Sometimes health of father can be compromised during this time. But Saturn, being the 10th and 11th house lord, you will see that in a foreign country you progress during this time, because whatever it is, the fifth house lord is a very auspicious lord, and when it comes with the 10th house lord, it's a Raja Yoga. Here, Raja Yoga, distant place can happen. Those who are in foreign countries, blow the trumpet because something very great is coming for you. Later, Mercury will turn direct into Aquarius, getting into the sign of its, debilitation. But here, Mercury is very positive because here it is a lord of the third house, lord of the sixth house, and when it goes to the 12th house, it's going to make a Viprit Rajyog. But in the 11th house, also, you will see support from your social circles during this time. If you're going through Mercury Mahadashantardasha, there is a possibility also that you may be booking your travels during this time. And Venus on the end of March 2026, 26th of March 2026 is when it enters into Aries sign. Now the Lagna Lord, it is in the Lagna, the 7th house is in the Lagna, the 12th. Expenses are going to be on the high side, but relationship wise, marriage wise, those who are looking for marriage, those who are waiting for marriage, something in that relationships is going to be cooking up for you. So it's a very positive. And Venus in the Lagna also means that your personality, your charisma is everything on the peak during this time. Such a beautiful placement. March 2026 is a very beautiful time for all the Aries SNN people. Thank you so much. Now here let's move on to April, but we want to understand 2026 of yearly horoscopes tailored according to your own personal horoscope is available, so you can book online or on the WhatsApp in scenario here. Thank you. April 2026. Now, here we are almost at the fourth month of the year, and number four is ruled by Rahu, by the way. Anyways, Rahu is not doing anything, but we want to understand that Mars is entering into Pisces on 2nd of April. Now, Lagna not going 12 from itself means expenses. Sometimes expenses can come related to real grooming. Sometimes expenses can come in any area of your life, your body, your face, your mind, your health, so many things. Because Mars is aspecting the sixth house, this is a time of destruction of enemies. So if you have enemies, if they are trying to trouble you, if you're in a court case, legal troubles, you may see April of 2026 is going to be very, very extremely favorable for you. Mars and Saturn together, and with Sun together, it's going to be more aggressive energy. That means sleep pattern may get disturbed. You may have a little bit of sleepless nights, something challenging. We can say anxiety, but everything is in your favor because you are going to win at the end of the time. Mercury happens to be debilitated during this time, April 11, 2026 onwards till 30th of April. Mercury will get debilitated. Now, The Lord of your speech, the Lord of your daily work and routine is getting debilitated in the 12th house. Your daily work and routine becomes very awesome because Mercury is making a Viprit Rajyog, as well as Mercury is aspecting on an exalted side in the 6th house. So enemies and all are very good, but somehow short distance travel, maybe to a very longer place. So you are traveling from India to America, you're traveling from America to India or America to some Asian country, maybe a little bit of stressful during this time. That is what it is. So we want to be very careful in the month of April. If you are trying to plan any travels, it can be more overwhelming for all the Aries ascendant people. Sorry for this. Spiritually, what a beautiful time. Now, whenever the 10th house lord is making any combination with other three planets, it's called sannyasa yoga. So in this time the sannyasa yoga is happening and you may be very overwhelmed to create or to get into spiritual exploration, getting to, even if you go for a long distance travel, you will first say, I will go to office next, but let me go to a spiritual place here. That is the kind of feeling that is happening for you. Later sun will enter into Aries. April 14th is when sun gets exalted. What a beautiful time. The Lord of the fifth house, exactly, in the Lagna, exalted. Such a beautiful placement of Surya. Biggest achievements that we are trying to achieve, will be able to achieve in April of 2026. Government, especially related to your dignity, your power, ranking, everything goes up in the month of April 2026. Especially if you're going to Sun Mahadashanta Dasha, then this is a period that you can't even ignore. Very, you should not ignore it. Is such a powerful period for all the people who are going through the Sun Mahadasha. One more thing, you will see that sun is putting a debilited aspect on the seventh house, sometimes because you are so powerful in your social circle outside that you ignore your relationships. This is where we want to be absolutely, put the light on related to your relationship, because sun aspecting the seventh house can create some challenges in the relationship area. That is where we have to be careful, but otherwise it's a very illuminated time where you shine without any doubt. Such a beautiful time for you. Venus enters into the sign of Taurus. It's the own sign where Venus is coming. So Venus is very powerful, but it's a Maraka Lord in the sign of Aquarius. Also in the sign of Aries, in the sign of Taurus. This scenario means that we want to be very careful when it comes to our speech. We don't want to speak something which can create death-like situations for her, or death, or sometimes death of your finances. Finances will be very great, but sometimes overcommitment, this can create some problem. We want to be very careful that investment during this time has to be done in a very safe manner rather than a very, you know speculative manner. We want to be very safe about this time. Great time to get some inheritance news. If you are struggling in terms of inheritance, this is a time that something very positive happens for you. There is going to be balance between your wealth and your self-respect. So something that is, either missing in your life will come to your life. Such a beautiful time. And then Mercury enters into the sign of Aries. Now here, the with such a beautiful placement of Mercury, the third house lord is sitting 11th from itself. That means you are going to get gains, or if you have committed something in the past related to some kind of, something, it will come true. Your speech is going to get more value during this time. Such a powerful placement for you. Now everything depends on your birth chart, on your personal Mahadasha as well. So it's not only this, transits will affect only when the Mahadasha is in effect. So for that, we are talking about May and also 2026 yearly horoscope. If you know that what is your horoscope, what is the Mahadasha going, what is the Antardasha going, then you can get your tailored results accordingly. WhatsApp link is in the description for personal appointments. And those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe, because we do this kind of a reading every damn year to see that exactly the day by day what is happening in your life. All the best. Thank you so much. Let's move to the month of May 20. Ruji, May of 2026 is going to be very exciting because the Lagna Lord on 11th of May comes to the Lagna in a very, very extreme powerful position with Surya. Surya with having very major degrees, because 15th of May is when it is going to be transiting in the sign of Taurus, but it's in the Atma Karka right now. So very extremely powerful placement of planets. Now Mars coming to the ascendant will remove lot of obstacles from your life related to courage, related to taking action. So those who are feeling lazy and whatnot, here you will feel very, very powerful. With Venus coming into the sign of Gemini, second house lord in the third house, exactly in, we can say, exactly in progress. Also, ninth from the seventh house, some very great destiny unfolds in the related to your relationships, in your wealth, in your finances. Some very great news is supposed to be heard here. Short distance travel may be very powerful, and here Venus and Jupiter coming together makes a yoga called Mahalakshmi, Lakshmi Narayan Yoga. So such a beautiful time. Very powerful money making time is the May of 2026. Lagna in the Lagna, Mercury in the Lagna, also Venus and Jupiter coming together. This is called, a and Jupiter is in direct motion. It is Lakshmi Narayan Yoga. So somewhere from a short distance, from your siblings, from your friends, through traveling, you will make very good wealth during this time, and it is absolutely sure. Sometimes in partnership also, you make very, very great money. Mercury, on the other hand, enters into Taurus. Now, here also, we get lot of education, lot of enlightenment related to your finances. Sometimes Mercury, see here, there is one problem, and that can be related to your dental issues. In the May of 2026, you may have dental problems, problems related to your mouth, ulcers in your mouth, challenges which may require some kind of treatment. Sometimes in these cases your eyes also get a little bit of challenge, and you may get into uh, you know see, Mercury is a hot planet, huh? Don't take it in the wrong scenario. Mercury is a hot planet, and Mercury sitting in the second house can create some eye dryness kind of problem also during that month of May 2026. So be very careful about your social media surfing and whatnot, because it can create some challenges. But Mercury, on the other hand, because it is looking at the eighth house, can create some great opportunities for inheritance. Later, Sun also enters into the sign of Taurus. Now, the fifth house lord and the second house lord, whenever they make any kind of combination, fifth house lord in the second house, it is wealth yoga. So, May 15th onwards, we can see some wealth coming, and many people may get, hierarchy, position, status. Some may people may even also, Rohit, get what do you say, family income. Your family income becomes very positive, very powerful. So superb, beautiful Mahadasha for you. All the best. Mercury later entered into Gemini, into its own sign, into the third house with a beautiful. So Mercury, Venus, and Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter together create Super Mahalakshmi Yoga. We can say that is such a beautiful yoga of Lakshmi Narayan plus, per what you say, Lakshmi Narayan plus Mahalakshmi Yoga, both together. It's a very, very awesome placement. This is a time actually when Mercury is in Gemini with with Jupiter and with Venus. Time to make yantra, Mahalakshmi Yantra. Very close to this time, we will be revealing the Mahalakshmi Yantra that we want to make. That comes to number three in total, which is going to be very powerful for you to manifest wealth in your life. So, such a beautiful placement of, planets during this week, during this month. Amazing. One thing, Mercury will make you wander around, but that is the nature of Mercury, the third house lord, to make you travel here, there, whatnot. But everything will be favorable, and you are supposed to get something very nice out of it. All the best, guys. June is here, and 2026 yearly horoscope. If you want to book, details are on the screen. You can go on the WhatsApp link, and we can book your reading. Moving to June of 2026, Rohiji, here is where Jupiter is entering into Cancer. Very, very big event. 2nd of June 2026 is when Jupiter is coming into exalted position in an Atichari movement. Atichari movement is Jupiter is so fast that it will go to two houses, again come retrograde, and then again go two houses. That is how powerful Jupiter is till 2031. Jupiter entering into Cancer. Just imagine your ninth house lord coming to the fourth house. Those who are doing PhDs, those who are doing research, those who are in your career struggling a lot. Such an amazing placement that everything will be in your control. Those who are thinking of going to a foreign country, things will open up. Your visas, your passports will get stamped. That is exactly what is happening here. More we will understand Jupiter entering into this sign. To do subscribe so you don't miss those videos. when we are doing big event videos. So do subscribe right now. I'm waiting for you. Subscribe. Okay, thank you. Now here, Jupiter is going to be very extremely positive in Kendra, especially being the Lord of the ninth house. Getting into the Kendra makes a Raja Yoga. And here, those who are going through Jupiter Mahadasha Antardasha will feel such a beautiful time, Rohiji. Such an amazing time. I can't even explain in words. Beautiful. So all the best for you. Buying up of property, going abroad, things related to your vehicles, everything will manifest during this time. Venus again enters into Cancer. A Maha Lakshmi Narayan Yoga happens in your fourth house now. Just see, last month also it happened in your third house. Now it happens in your fourth house. Last month your siblings must have gained very great, possibility of financial gains for your siblings. But here this happens for you, especially you get a lot of blessings from mother. There is possibility of getting great news when it comes to your real estate, when it comes to your vehicles. You may be booking new vehicles, you may be moving into a new house, new rental property, new own property, new down payment for a property, for a construction project. This is how beautiful this period is. And Venus, second house lord in the fourth house, that means this is the time that you build possibly your fixed assets. Gold, silver buying is also possible during this time, because relationship lord is reading 10 from itself. So karma related to relationship happens, and there are a lot of commitment that comes. Sun enters into the sign of Gemini on June 15th, 2026. Sun is the lord of the fifth house, Karim 11th from itself. You get very great communication when it's coming to your mutual funds, your children, your speculative gains, your share market, stock market. Even if you're in any field related to communication, especially related to writing, singing, dancing, creativity, acting, you will see such wonderful and powerful time for you guys that it is going to be amazing for you. Such a beautiful placement of Sun in the third house. Third house is also the house of Parakrama. Parakrama means you'll be very aggressively involved in taking action, and which is very beautiful. Same way, Mars will enter into the sign of Taurus on June 20th, 2026. This is a time that your courage will prove financial benefit. The action that you have taken, the power that you have taken, is going to make sure that financially you are standing in the right place. Sometimes there may be problem related to speech and aggression and whatnot. That can be just ignored, because it is a time of extreme power that we see. Mars in the second house is also an important, because it is putting an aspect on the eighth house, inheritance, family wise. If there is any trouble, disputes, you will see something solving in your favor. Later, Mercury will enter into Cancer on 22nd of June 2026. And here, Mercury is the lord of the third house, going to the fourth house. Again, communication from your siblings, dispute with your siblings ending, dispute with your friends ending, social circle problems ending, problems related to long term or short distance travel, which was creating a little bit of havoc in your life, ends. So, relaxation time comes for you. Mercury, Jupiter, and Venus together makes Maha Lakshmi Yoga. It is very powerful. See your destiny, your wisdom, your planet of your prosperity comes together all together. So it's a very great time. Your home life, your family life is going to be so great. You get so much support from your family life that you can't even expect about, falling out of this beautiful time. But now Mercury becomes retrograde as well. Retrograde Mercury means that, okay, there is some event that is left related to your communication. We want to make sure that everything is in process, in right area. That is when Mercury is trying to guide you during this time. June 2026, Mercury, those who are going through Mercury Mahadasha Antardasha may also will have to take their commitment back. They may have to get into patience that say, oh, I said I will do this, but I cannot do it right now. Let's wait for the next 3 months. That is the exactly kind of position that is happening. Mercury is the lord of the sixth house. Health wise, we want to be more careful, especially in the heart area. Heart attack, getting some kind of challenge related to blood related issues, nervous issues in your heart, arteries issues can be possible during this time. So we want to be very extremely vigilant and careful. And this retrograde Mercury is just telling to revise, revisit such problems, so that you know we can avoid major events in our life. Ruchi, I think Am I okay with all the predictions I'm doing, or do you think that we need to add more and more and more and more and more?
Actually, I am thinking about this thing. Yes, that people want the predictions, and the most important part they want is the remedy, because this is a that antidote which they want for the adverse situations.
Luigi,
Uh,
on a generic situation, I cannot say remedies. Unless until we
yes,
see the
yes.
chart in a personal way, we cannot say remedies. For that, I have, applied the the 2026 yearly horoscope. Everyone can get their tailored remedies according to their chart. What Mahadasha they are going on, what Antardasha they are going on, what is happening, what is not happening. So I will be able to tell then only, but not in this way.
That's what I'm thinking, because putting one plate of remedy will not be enough for the, because there will be like millions of people who are Aries ascendant, but what Mahadasha they are going in, which nakshatra, where is the placement? So now that remedy will not fit for all. Yes, tailored remedies are important. So that's the best possible way to get that remedies.
Hiroichi, agree. But yeah, this is how it is. It's going to take, I need to see everyone's chart to get into the remedy area. For this 2026 yearly horoscope is there, book online on acastro.ca. Let's move to July when Venus enters into the sign of Leo. Now, here, if you see Venus has come to the fifth house, second house, not in the fifth house, lot of gains related to speculation, but somewhere because it is getting into conjunct with the planet Ketu, it can create some challenges in the love life. See, Venus is the planet of love, Ketu is the planet of detachment. So detachment in love life can happen sometime. Gains related to money is there. Money is not a problem, but love life, children related problem can be surfacing during this time. And then Mercury enters into Gemini on 7th of July. This is where we can see some problem related to, not a problem, because see, it is retrograde, it is entered into its own sign. So here some communication which you have done in the past, I told in the last week, last month also, that yes, we want to take some commitments back. This is the time that Mercury will say, okay, I'm taking commitment back, but here is where I will fulfill that situation. Short distance travel may become hectic, or sometimes a lot of changes in the short distance travel, but that's okay, not a big deal. With your siblings, some communication issues can come, which can lead to lot of revelation related to how they are reacting towards you and how you want to take further actions, because Sun enters into Cancer on July 16th 2026. Sun is the lord of the fifth house, 12th from itself. Your children may be traveling abroad during this time, may be getting visas for the foreign country. You may be getting some losses in your speculative ventures. You, on the other hand, may be also thinking about how do you want to navigate this time related to your mother, related to your homeland, related to your property. So lot of things are happening. It's not a very great transit of Sun, but because it is in Kendra, this is the time that your career becomes very powerful. At least in the other areas, you feel a little bit challenged, but career area, you become very powerful. And then Mercury turns direct into Gemini on 24th of July. This is again a powerful time of Mercury, because see, Mercury is the lord of that house getting into powerful action. This means that your commitments will be able to, you will be able to honor your communication. Anything you are saying that okay, I will do this, that, and whatnot, you'll be able to honor it. It is sitting 10th from the sixth house. So workplace progress also happens, a new routine, starting new gymming, starting new, your new education, skill development, starting something that has to do with daily work and routine with courage will happen during this, and you'll be very powerful. This is the time really to start new activities. And then Saturn finally is the year when Saturn retrogrades in the sign of Pisces again. Saturn retrogression tells a lot of great things. Did you go to a foreign country? Are you settled there? Are you happy there? That is the number one question you want to see. And you want to see what is happening. How do I make this life better? Expenses. I'm doing so many expenses on this, that, whatnot, especially in my career, especially on my education, especially on my social circle. Are this all valid, or do I want to go into a different scenario altogether? This is the kind of energy that Saturn is having in the 12th house. It can create major expenses during this time, especially in the area related to your career and your social circle. So be very careful. Saturn here also tells that spiritually, are you evolved, or are you just doing a drama? It will come to that place where it will tell you that no, this is just an outward thing. You have to go more inward, more positive. This is what retrograde of Pisces happens for you. And this is how July is going to treat you. Let's go to August and 2026. Yearly horoscopes are here, so you can contact depending on your personal Mahadashanta Dasha. Will be able to tell you how things are going for you. All the best. August 2026 is when 1st of August, Venus will enter into debilitation. So big event, Venus is entering into debilitated state, but putting an exalted aspect in the 12th house where Saturn is also looking at Venus, but Venus will look at Saturn in the 12th house. Here, foreign travel can happen, isolation can happen. Those in foreign country, they may feel very isolated during this time, but prosperity also comes to you. Now remember, this means the second house lord is putting an exalted aspect on the 12th house, gains from foreign country, contracts from foreign country, possibility of amazing things related to foreign country. But on the negative side, it is 12th from the 7th house. That means relationship issues, separation, divorce filing. These are the kind of things that you may expect during 2026 of August. Now, don't take in the face value. It also depends on your Mahadashantar Dasha. But yes, the energy is happening. If you're going to Venus Mahadashantar Dasha, then this may manifest for you. Mars will enter into the sign of Gemini, Rohiji here. Lagna Lord in the third house, extreme pressure, extreme hard work that you will be able to do between 2nd of August till the next month. Because Mars is here. Hard work, short distance travel will be a very key factor of your career progress. Also, if you see related to your research, this is a time that lot of health problems come on surface because 8th house lord is sitting 8th from itself, so it wants to improve your longevity. In that cases, lot of health problems may come on surface. So we want to be very careful about the health problems that we are going through, especially through muscles, ears, neck, cervical spine, back, lower back. We can say about the sciatica pain. We can say about the tailbone pain. These are the kind of things that may come on surface. But later, Sun enters into a sign of his. Sorry, Mercury enters into the sign of Cancer. Sun enters later, but Mercury enters in the sign of Cancer. Now here, the third house lord is in the fourth house. You get sukha, relaxation related to the previous house. Even Mars cannot do anything wrong here. Buying of property, selling of property, doing any commitment related to property, getting any financial evaluation for your property, or selling and buying of property. Even asking about some kind of financial advice related to your property is seen during this time. Also, this is the house of vehicle because Mercury and Jupiter are coming together with Sun. This is Mahalakshmi Yoga. Very auspicious for you. Very greatly auspicious. We will see extreme power when it comes to your home, your environment at your home. Those people who are thinking of working from home may get also opportunities to work from home. So all the very best. And Sun enters into Leo, but here, because it is meeting Ketu, solar eclipse is seen here. Total solar eclipse is going to happen on August 12th. Europe, North in Asia, Northwest Africa, much of North America, Pacific, Atlantic, Arctic is where we will see this eclipse happening, a complete solar eclipse. And because the solar eclipse is so powerful in the fifth house, not a very good time for your children, for your progeny, for speculative gains, for anything to do with your share in stock market. So August is the month, 17th of August. I would suggest then from 5th of August, you should try to avoid any big risks in terms of your speculation, share market, stock market, even big risk related to children, sending them outside, whatnot. This can create a little bit of challenge in your life and some hardships that may come. See, eclipse is a difficult time. Our purvajas, our ancestors have clearly mentioned that eclipse is a time where you have to be more careful. That's why I'm telling you this is a difficult time. And on that same time, Mercury also enters into Leo on August 2020. And lunar eclipse, partial lunar eclipse happening. Now see, Moon is going to be in the 11th house. Partial lunar eclipse happen. This eclipse energy is starting from 5th of August till 27th of August during this time. So we want to be very, very careful about taking any social media, social steps, writing on social media, children, creativity, progeny, all these things should be avoided and put on the next month during this time. Very close to it, we will be making the videos around it. So do subscribe, otherwise you will miss it. And obviously, if you're getting such free information in such a positive way, why don't you subscribe? It will be helpful for us. We will be more motivated here. Thank you. Then comes September, but also comes the 2026 yearly horoscope predictions for your personal chart. For you personally, how you want to take it forward, here is where you will be able to book the appointment. September 2026. Now, here, 2nd of September, Venus is entering into the sign of Libra in its own sign in the seventh house. So, Mark a lot comes to the seventh house. Now, these are two good things, good and bad both. Good things is that relationship wise will be in very positive placement. If you're getting into engagement, relationships, marriage, this can be fixed during this time from 2nd of September till the next month. But somehow, health wise, UTI, getting urinary tract problems, getting problems in your lower abdomen is seen during this time because Maraka Lord is in the Maraka sign. So somewhere a little bit of challenges related to this can be seen. But very beautiful time to sign contracts, get into new ventures, getting into new startups. Money from partnership comes here. So it's a beautiful month of September 2026. Later, Mercury will enter into the sign of Virgo in an exalted position in the sixth house. Now, third house not getting exalted. That means some very great communication related to your workplace. Somewhere, those who are trying to do politics around you may suddenly disappear from your life. They may be removed or they may have come into some kind of scandal which may give you more power. Health wise also we are good. You should, during this time, you should be doing hatha yoga, anything to do with yoga, meditation, alternative medicines like getting ayurveda is very good. Those who are in medical field, such a beautiful time for them that I can't even explain, because the planet of service is getting exalted in the sixth house of service. Such a beautiful time. Later, Sun will enter into the sign of Virgo. Here, 17th of September, Sun will enter here. Try to be very dominant related to your children. The obstacle of children goes away. The obstacle related to your share and stock market, you start recovering here. So you start recovering losses and your debts go down. Mars enters into Cancer and becomes debilitated. But because Mars is the Lagna Lord in the fourth house, still it makes a Raja Yoga even in debilitation. Because career wise, what a wonderful time, Rohitji. Just imagine it's getting debilitated in the fourth house, but with an exalted aspect on the 10th house, aspect on the seventh house, aspect on the 11th house. Very great for marriage, very great for career, very great for social presence. But one thing, not a good time for do any kind of real estate transactions that are related to your home, your environment related to home. That is where you should be more careful during this time. Mars in the fourth house also can create a little bit of health problems to the mother. So blood related problems to mother can come in the September of 2026, which has to be taken into more consideration. And Mercury now ends its exaltations on 7th of 26. It's very simple transit, and then it goes into the sign of Libra. But here also it is telling you victory for enemies. And this time you must have got proper evidence, proper challenges that how you want to make sure that you get victorious when it comes to enemies. You want to make sure that when it comes to power related to your obstacles that are coming from your court cases, from your workplace, you will see victory in every damn case. Here, one thing that is again is related to communication between you and your spouse or your business partner. You will see that that also improves, and something very beautiful is coming your way. All the best, guys. Such a beautiful month for you, September 2026. Now let's go to October. But before that, 2026 of yearly horoscope is there for you. So tailored according to your birth chart, will be able to make your predictions and how it is going to be, what it is going to be. If you're going to any Mahadasha Antardasha of the planets that we are talking about, then you will see changes, but you want to be very extremely, what you say, ready beforehand. That is why we are doing this for you. October 2026 for the people of Aries. Here you will see that 3rd of October 2026 when Venus will get retrograde in the sign of Libra. So Venus getting retrograde, not a big deal, but it is the Maraka Lord. Somewhere health wise, we want to be more careful. Contract wise, we want to be more careful of what we are signing, how we are signing. Are we doing the right things? If you're going to Venus Mahadasha Antardasha, then this creates a problem or some miscommunication in your relationships also. So for that, we want to be very more careful. But also, If you have been promised that I will going to give you a designation and stuff like that, here people may move away from the promise. Sun enters into Libra, getting into debilitated state. But here Venus comes into Digbal, that means very power, because this house is where Saturn gets his directional strength. And here Venus is a very, very powerful friend of Saturn, a powerful friend of Saturn. In this case, is when Sun becomes debilitated, Venus gets more power here, and Venus is able to solve a lot of problems. But egoistic approach should be avoided because Sun is putting an exalted aspect on your lagna, some kind of harsh, powerful, or very, very, you know, overwhelming connections or communication between you and your spouse should be avoided. Otherwise, it's not going to be that great for you during this time. Mercury also retrogrades in Libra, going towards its sign of exaltation. Here it says that still there are enemies, still there are problems which need to be solved. So let me go there and solve this. In this scenario, not a very good time after 24th of October to sign some documents. October 2026, you should avoid signing major documents because this can create some illusion in your mind and you may be able to get into some kind of scam or scandal or some kind of trap. Finally, big transit alert. Jupiter enters into Leo. It's Atichari direct movement. Jupiter enters here and make a Guru Chandala Yoga. Not a dosha, yoga. When Jupiter is with Ketu, it is Guru Chandala Yoga. And Ketu comes in absolute control. Those people who are waiting for progeny, childbirth, anything that has to do with the speculative gains, such a wonderful, beautiful time where Jupiter is going to give you expansion. The ninth house lord saying ninth from itself, the 12th house dot saying 8th from itself. Suddenly you will see that growth in your love, romantic life, in your communication, in your creativity. Such a beautiful October 2026 for all the people who are going through Jupiter Mahadasha. Beautiful. Jupiter in the fifth house can also enhance or encourage you towards education, long distance education. So many people may be going to foreign country during October 2026. So that is also very great for you guys. All the best. We will see great news for all the Aries ascendant people in 2026 of October. Beautiful. Let's go to November, but 2026 of yearly horoscope is available for every person possible. Here we will see your Mahadasha Antardasha, your transits, your planets, your Sati and whatnot, and we will be able to give you a lot of guidance related to your personal actions that you need to take. All the best. November 2026 is when we are here. In November, Venus is entering into the sign of Virgo. Now, if you see Venus entering into the sign of Virgo, this is a debilitated state of Venus. Here, relationship can have a little bit of turmoil, especially those who are going through divorce, separation, challenges in relationships, or even those who have promised great news related to their workplace progression. They may feel a little bit of betrayed during this time. Sorry for this, but this is how your planets are acting up. Mars enters into the Leo in the same sign. Health wise, because Venus is in Virgo, we may have stomach, urine infection, stomach related problems. Those who are male can get prostate problems. Those who are female can get uterus problems are possible. Mars enters into Leo, very powerful. When the Lagna Lord goes to the fifth house, speculative gain happens. Those who are going through Mars Mahadasha Antardasha, you will see some speculative gains happening for you in a very, very positive way. Good news for your children, good news related children, good news related progeny, good news related your creativity is going to be at a very, very high level. And I always tell that whenever 8,000, 5,000, any relationship, lottery is the time for you. Mercury finally turns direct into the sign of Libra. Now here it gives you more power, directional strength in this house because it's a very, very good friend of Saturn. So here it tells that okay, all the losses related to relationship, commitment, partnerships, I'm going to end and bring new contracts, new communication, new possibility of partners, and which will be very, very favorable for you. Venus, on the other hand, on November 14 turns direct one day later in Virgo. That means Venus is also saying, okay, I'm coming towards my own sign. So now I understand what were the mistakes I was making and how I want to navigate this time in the future. Sun enters into the sign of Scorpio. Now here, fifth house Lord goes to the eighth house. Eighth house Lord is in the fifth house. Such a powerful position. It's called Rashi Parivartana Yoga. In this situation, Mars and Sun are going to give you major speculative gains. So November 2026, those who are in business should be like keeping their, keeping some extra empty bags because they have to fill it with money. That is the kind of things that we're seeing. Those who are in very good Mahadasha of Sun and Mars and Sun may also receive some lottery or such kind of events where there is windfall of money towards them. So such a beautiful placement. Even those who are thinking about dividing their assets related around among children, or your children are deciding to go to foreign country for more research, this is also manifesting. And then Venus enters into Libra on 22nd of November. This is also great news related to your relationships, partnerships. You will see great progress during this time. Such a beautiful period. November is a very great, amazing month for all the Aries ascendant people. Let's move on to December, Rohit. And 2026 yearly horoscope is here. You can book online. All the people are invited to see their chart in detail. All the best. December 2026, when 2nd of December, we will see Mercury entering into the sign of Scorpio. Now, what happens here is that, Rohiji, whenever the 6th house Lord goes to the 8th house, it's a Vipreet Raja Yoga. This means that some problem may come related to health, but because Mercury has entered into the Scorpio, those people are going through health troubles. It may suddenly solve for them. Also, Mercury in the 8th house can create extreme dependence on occult sciences. This is a time you'll be going into more of occult, trying to understand your occult sciences and whatnot. So that is the period going on. Later, a big transit, Rahu and Ketu will transit to the sign of Cancer and the sign of Capricorn. Ketu will come in the sign of Cancer and Rahu will come to the sign of Capricorn. It's a very, very big transit, especially Rahu coming to the 10th house of your career and your ambition and your fame. Mark my word, those who are going to Rahu Mahadasha Antardasha will see massive fame or new jobs or great money in their career for the next 18 months. Such a beautiful placement of Rahu in the sign of Capricorn here. It's an amazing, amazing transit that has happened. But Ketu, the 4th house, can make you a little bit detached from your home. And obviously, if you're doing so well in your career, you may be getting detached from your house area. We'll be talking about this in very much detail with the every aspect of the we can say aspect it is in transit it is going through, and we will be giving you great examples so that you can get into the right scenario. If you're going to Rahu Ketu Mahadasha, you will see that how beautiful this is for you. Later, Saturn finally turns direct after 142 days in the sign of Pisces. Here, it is the sign that is related to a lot of losses, challenges. Now, here Saturn says that you have learned your lesson. I'm getting direct here. That means in the work area, progress will happen in your foreign country. In the games area, progress will happen in the foreign country, in a distant place. A lot of travel is supposed to happen. So be ready for it. But on the other hand, spiritually also very good time to evolve yourself. Jupiter retrogrades in the sign of Leo here, Rohit. Now, if you look at Jupiter here, 9th house, Lord saying 9th, so it's a retrograde. That means some actions that you did towards your children or some action that you did towards your stock and share market now to be revisited to understand if you have done any mistake or no. If you're not done, then it's okay. If you have done, there is a time of correction for you. 5th house is also the house of education. Many people who are doing education, higher education, may feel a little bit lonely, a little bit carried away during this time. And obviously, it is December. We want to enjoy in holidays and whatnot. So be careful and take priority wise decisions. Sun enters into Sagittarius here, Rohiji, and look at Sagittarius is the 9th house, sitting 5th from itself. Here, the Rashi Parivartan is happening between Sun and Jupiter. This means such a powerful placement. Jupiter also suddenly becomes benefic, Sun becomes benefic, and your Bhagya Uday, something that your destiny really wants during this time, may come to your life. Short distance travel, long distance travel, pilgrimages, going to foreign country for higher education will be very, very favorable for all the Aries ascendant people. And then Mercury enters into the sign of Sagittarius. Here, the Lord of the 3rd house has gone to the 9th house again. Progress in your philosophical pursuits, progress in your journeys, progress in higher education is seen during this time. So, Rohiji, overall 2026 is a very positive time for Aries ascendant people, and it's not the year of Mars. So, very great. Thank you so much. We will be moving to the sign of Taurus, but now 2027 has come here. So happy new year for 2027. And Rohitji, let's move powerfully to the sign of Taurus. All the best. Thank you, Aries ascendant people, and we will see you soon.